Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May God's peace and blessings be upon you. Today we're going to take a look at this verse. And of the people is he whose speech pleases you in worldly life, and he calls Allah to witness as to what is in his heart, yet he is the fiercest of opponents. So it's a very unique, peculiar, one-of-a-kind verse, and it only stood out to me because I actually met somebody exactly like it's describing in Egypt early last August. I met this guy, we kind of just clicked like buddies, especially religion, Islam. And he was very knowledgeable of the Quran. I am too, but not in the Arabic perspective. But he went beyond what I know. He knew about the satanic verses. He knew about how they got there, how they were removed. He knew the order of the surahs that actually when they came down first and how they were sorted out after the disciples did it, after the Prophet's, peace be upon him's death. He knew all that. He would get into these debates and arguments with Muslims even. Like, when I say Muslims, I mean they've been all their life Muslims, and he would just put them to shame, show them the Quran, how they were wrong, and he was right. And he would say, like, it tells us here that the earth is round. If you look at it, the day and the night alternate, and all these things that the Quran has proven, that science later, 1500 or so many years later, proved. So he was all about that, and he knew this stuff, and he kicked tail when it came to this small group of naive people that are born into Islam, but they're not really believers per se. I would be lies, ask for forgiveness. Not they're not believers, they're not that passionate about it, they're not that knowledgeable about it. Now he would kick their tail, and they might have been not knowledgeable, but they were traditional, like people that just go with what their fathers say, and he would kick their tails. So he comes to my house one night, and we have another guy come to my house, and then this guy is a complete atheist, disbeliever. He doesn't believe in anything. He will tell you all these, like, we came from nothing, and he will say all these things about the Prophet, how he came up with the Quran, that I'm not going to repeat, not because of disbelief, but because I don't want to be disrespectful even, but you can imagine the same lies that people accuse him of inventing it, coming out with it himself, all this. And so I'm arguing with this guy, debating with this guy, and look, the Quran says this way before scientists ever knew. And the Quran says, the Big Bang Theory, everything was one unit and was pulled apart. And I'm waiting for the guy that was the tail kicker with the other naive Muslims and even Christians, and he kicked their tails, I'm waiting for him to jump in and finally, like, okay, back me up, like, and he's just laughing. He's just laughing, like he's not going to get in. It's like, I know my stuff, but I really don't believe it, or I don't care. That was his attitude, and it was kind of eye-opening because that helped me to learn that not everybody that claims to be a Muslim is a Muslim. I don't care if they follow every hadith, especially if they follow every hadith. That's a red flag. You really never know. It's the point. Don't let somebody that's knowledgeable influence you, because they might be leading you astray. And I'll tell you how I figured that that's what he was doing, because he told me one day, look, man, Allah is so great, so good, that if you just keep obeying and keep praying to him, he will not even just give you stuff in the afterlife. Who cares about the afterlife? It's so long from now. He'll give you in this world right now. And that is a red flag that is a Shaytan, that is a person, an entity trying to lead you astray, no doubt, because they want to allure you with the worldly gains. Go here, yeah, or they can wait. Yeah, it's going to be great, but here. And that's kind of what he did. And after that, it was disappointing, but at the same time eye-opening. So the point of this video is, don't allow yourself to go with people who might be knowledgeable if they do not produce the fruits of the righteous at the end of the day. And you guys know what that means. And I'll finish by saying this: one of the beauties of Islam that other religions don't have is that Islam actually welcomes your own thought. And sadly, very sadly, I see that the Muslim community has the most questions about things. Not even just questions, but just I don't want to say it, but I'll say dumb questions like, is it haram to wear a white shirt? Is it haram if this part of the beard is bigger than that? Is it haram if the top of the hair is bigger than that? Is it haram if my eyes appear to be red because I'm tired? Like, people that do that, not only are they not using the reason which the Quran invites you to do multiple dozens of times, will you not reason? That is God saying, I gave you a brain for a reason, will you not reason? If you rely on others, you're gonna you can easily, God forbid, I would be loud, but if you rely on others, it can happen where you're gonna be led astray by somebody like this individual I just mentioned. I just knew when he talked about this world and getting things here and now, that's the ultimate receipt for Satan and the astray and the finally disobedient right there. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, assalamu alaikum.